Welcome to The Explainer. Today we're going to talk about something incredible, how India became a true superpower in space, and they did it through pure brain power and a knack for making every single dollar count.
Okay, so let's just jump right in with a question that sounds completely made up, but I promise you it's not. It really gets to the core of this whole story.
And the answer is a big, fat yes. Believe it or not, India's Mangalyaan mission got all the way to Mars for only $74 million. Now, to put that in perspective, the movie Gravity cost $100 million to make. A real mission to another planet, cheaper than a movie about it. Wow.
Now, this whole more mission, less money thing isn't just a fluke. It's literally the secret sauce to India's entire space program. So let's dig into the numbers, because they are wild.
Okay, just take a look at this. It's staggering. You've got NASA with a massive $25 billion annual budget, and then you have India's space agency, ISRO, operating with just $1.55 billion. The difference is just huge.
So let's boil it down. ISRO was pulling off these world-first, groundbreaking missions with about 6% of what NASA has to work with. 6%. The big question is, how on earth are they doing it?
Well, to understand how they got so good at this, you have to go back in time. This whole culture of being super efficient wasn't really a choice. It was born from necessity.
So back in the 70s, after India's first nuclear test, international sanctions hit hard. Suddenly, they were cut off from all the foreign space tech they needed. This forced them to figure it out all by themselves.
And you know what? It turned out to be, as one official put it, a blessing in disguise. Since they couldn't just buy expensive parts from other countries, they had to invent and build everything themselves. And that created this amazing foundation of doing things cheaply and efficiently.
Okay, so this whole do-it-yourself mindset led to something really special. A playbook for exploring space that's totally unique. You could call it ISRO's secret weapon, frugal innovation.
It really boils down to three key things. First, they're masters of clever tricks, like the gravity slingshot. Second, they do pretty much everything in-house with small teams, and get this, they even skip expensive insurance. And third, they have this modular design so they can just reuse the same parts for different missions. Super smart.
Let's zoom in on that first one for a sec. The gravity slingshot. It's genius. Instead of pointing a giant, expensive, fuel-guzzling rocket straight at a planet, ISRO's engineers play a kind of cosmic billiards. They use Earth's gravity to literally fling the spacecraft out into space. Yeah, it takes a bit longer, but it saves a ton of money on fuel.
And this is a perfect example of brain power over brute force, right? This clever trick is exactly how they got their Mangalyaan probe to Mars. And not just that, they did it on their very first try. No other country has ever done that.
So this frugal playbook isn't just about saving cash. It's led to a string of incredible, world-first achievements that have made everyone sit up and take notice.
And really, the results speak for themselves. 2013, they shock everyone by getting to Mars. 2017, they smash a world record by launching a crazy number of satellites at once. And then in 2023, they pull off something nobody had ever done, landing a craft on the moon's south pole.
And you guessed it, let's talk about the price tag. That historic landing on the moon's south pole, a huge moment for humanity, it cost just $75 million. We're back to that same crazy comparison. Cheaper than a Hollywood movie.
Let's just let this number sink in for a moment. 104. That's the world record for the most satellites launched from a single rocket. It's not just about saving money, that takes an absolutely insane level of precision and reliability. So all these incredible scientific wins have had another huge effect. They've turned ISRO into a global business powerhouse. India is now the world's go-to launch pad.
Yeah, through their commercial arm and SIL, countries from all over, even the US, are lining up to have India launch their satellites. Why? Because it's super reliable and you just can't beat the price. And this success has lit a fire at home too, with over 400 private space startups popping up all over India.
And they're not thinking small. The goal here is to grow India's slice of the global space economy pie from about $8.4 billion to a massive $44 billion by 2033. That is some serious ambition.
So where does a rising space superpower go from here? Well, as you can probably guess, the goals just get bigger.
First on the list is the Gaganyaan mission. This is a huge one. It's their program to send Indian astronauts into space. That would make India only the fourth country in the world to be able to do that on its own.
But they're not stopping at just sending people up. The plan is to have their very own space station, the Bharatiya Antariksh Station, up and running with a crew by 2035. And the big one, the ultimate goal, is to land Indian astronauts on the moon by 2040. That would absolutely cement their place among the top space nations on the planet. So, when you put it all together, it leaves you with this one mind-blowing thought. If India did all of this, got to Mars on the first try, landed on the moon's south pole, became the world's launch pad, all with just 6% of NASA's budget, just imagine what they'll do next. It really proves that with enough clever thinking, the sky isn't the limit. It's just the beginning.